Thanks for sharing. Just a moment.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay, Pranvesh,
Yeah.
before we move also further, I just would like to explain you. We have already conducted one session on R, and all the participants are aware. They have already installed R on their laptops,
Okay.
and the basic functions they knew it how to apply it.
Perfect.
This is just for your knowledge purpose.
Okay. Perfect.
So you can understand the level of participants. They
Yeah.
have only the basic understanding of the R.
Mhm. Perfect. Perfect. No problem.
Sir, sharing rights are enabled for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So let's start with the session. So basically, uh, in the in today's sessions, what we will be covering basically is the portfolio theory. I'm going to talk a little bit about applying analytic techniques and uh, the various techniques that we use in modern portfolio theory. Right. Um, but before I begin, I wanted to mention a couple of things. I'm going to emphasize more on the analytic side, the data-driven side of applying modern portfolio theory. Along with the data set also means we will use R for the data set mostly. Um, this is not intended to be a full modern portfolio theory lecture, like the entire valuations, your cash flow analysis, and those things we are not going to cover entirely. It is more focused towards the analytic side of it. Um, so for those of you who have had classes in investing or finance, maybe the theory part might be a little elementary for you, but the tools will be of the greater help that you will know of. And for those of you who have not had taken a class in finance or in analytics, you will find it both the uh, theories as well as the application in R is very useful for you. But yeah, so given the time constraint, we have to focus more on the limited things that we have. So, right. Um, so let's discuss a bit about the modern portfolio theory. It was introduced by a person called as Harry Markowitz in 1952. He won the Nobel Prize for this in 1990 based on his work. So there are a couple of key aspects in this theory. Basically a collection of groups of assets that are put together usually for some investment objective and also to satisfy a level of risk, right? Um, so having said that, the type of assets that can be fit into portfolio. So that is what a portfolio theory looks like. So let's go into, initially, I will just give you an example of a portfolio theory in Excel. So, and then we can take it on to the class. So let's present my screen and use an Excel. So let's sure. The sharing options. Do I have the sharing option?
Yes, sir. You do have sharing option.
Yeah. So let's see. So say suppose you have, if you would have gone into sites like moneycontrol.com or Yahoo Finance, you would see something like that. Say for example, Apple is one of the companies we have that is listed in US stock exchange. Then we have Google. Let's take for example. Then you have say AT&T. So how the let's plot it like this. Maybe we can keep it a little. Yeah. So how the values look like is, let's say suppose you have the timeline 2000 say 21 January is 1st of January. Then on this date you have the opening stock opening um, okay, let me put it here. So you will have the date. Time is also there, but I'm not referring to time. Then you will have the opening value. You will have the closing value. And then you will have something called as expected value. Just these are the main basic fields. You may see many more fields in terms of the other parameters that they use. In order to get into the importance of um, the what is the portfolio return. In order to analyze a portfolio return, what we generally do is we analyze the opening and the closing prices of each of the stock over a period of time. Now, let's say I want to analyze the stock price for this from 2020, 1st of January 2020, all the way down to, let me see if I can extend it. Okay, that's fine. Let's say I want to 01 2021, 2020, maybe let's do that. So similarly, we will have 0301 2020. And we will have, say, the opening values and the closing values. In order to analyze the returns of a particular asset, what we do is we analyze the closing prices for each of the asset over a period of time. Now, the period of time is up to us to decide. As you would have seen, and if you would have been introduced to time series concepts, you would have realized that the value of the any stock is basically a time series, is very much a time series, means you get the value of each of the stocks over a period of time. In the if we have time, I will cover some of the concepts in time series that we use. But if we don't, then I will give you an overview of like how the time, because the time series is one of the very critical things in 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 stock market analysis, right? So we need to be aware of that also. But right now, let's see what is the return actually mean. What is a portfolio, and what is that is the first thing that we want to know, and that is the first thing that we want to cover. So yeah, so let's say we have this expected value and we have this closing value. So the closing value is something that we are more focused on for each one of them. For Apple also, same thing for Google. When I say Google, I will have the same pattern. Um, I will have the, for these dates, I will have the opening, the closing, and the expected values for each one of the days. And same for AT&T. In order to analyze the returns, it's just that if you have to consider the return on the second day, the closing price of second day minus the opening price of first day, basically gives you a return. So if you have, so that is generally a way of calculating. So it's a simplest of the ways. You have log returns also. That is another way. There are many other ways of calculating returns, but what we will mostly focus on is a difference and the log returns for this particular analysis. Um, I'm not, so this is not yet a portfolio. I'm talking about a simple stock that exists in the market right now. I have one Apple. I have bought a stock of Apple. I have thought of buying a Apple stock, and hence this is how my valuation look like. Now let's get into our R and see how the value looks like, right? How we can create one stock portfolio in R, and what is the expected valuation looks like. So let's go into it. I think I will have to share new. Okay. Um, so I hope all of you have your art studios open in front of you, and we will briefly get into the portfolio creation, or not into the, right now we are not creating a portfolio, we are analyzing a stock, right? So if you have R installed in your environments, basically R and R Studio both are required to be installed. You will need to install a couple of libraries. Now, let me briefly give you an idea of what is a library in an environment like R. So R, Python are the modern programming languages that have come into the current scenario, and they have become very, very powerful for data analysis, machine learning, and all the modern artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, all the modern programming is being done through R or Python. Python is also one of the most favored languages in the world. Now, the reason why these languages have become so popular in this field or in this sphere is it has a lot of libraries, right? It has a lot of tools in the form of, so there are people, it is an open source code platform, right? Both R and Python. So people can contribute. So what they have done, what people have done is they have given us a lot of uh, classes, functions that they built on themselves in the form of packages, in the form of basically libraries, which we can use and utilize during this phase, or doing any of the analysis that we need. Most of the data analysis packages are available both in R and Python. Now, talking about R, in quantitative finance, the most important library that we will be using is, there is a library called as quant mode. If you have not installed, what you can do, there are two ways to do it. You open your R script
Excuse me,
console.
sir.
Ranbeshji,
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, bit louder, please, sir. You are not audible properly.
I'm not audible.
yeah,
Yes.
Pranbeshji, if you can be a little bit more louder, will be better.
Okay, speakers are showing 100%. That's why I was thinking, okay, that's good. In my, is there any volume control in Zoom? Actually, is that there? Is it there? I'm using first time Zoom for
No, sir,
meeting.
no, sir. It's from your side only.
Let me raise my voice. It will be better actually.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, good. So you can see my screen, right? The art studio that is open in front of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Screen is
Good.
visible.
So we will use our library called as quant mode, as I said. Now, quant mode, you can install in two ways. So first, there is, you can see we have the R Studio. I hope you are aware of like the R script more console and the this you have there is a console and there is a R script terminal. So in the console, there is something called as you can write a command called as install.packages. And in this, you can write something called as quant mode. If you don't want to do this, this is I generally don't prefer to do this. What I do, there is in Art Studio at the top of your toolbar, you will find something called as tools. Here you have something called as install packages. So here in the install from, you can see there are two. One is called as repository or CRAN, and another is the thing is called as package archive file. Now, let me give you a brief about CRAN. CRAN is the open source platform where people from all over the world upload their codes, upload their whatever the development work they have done in any field, they upload it in CRAN. Now, it can also be available as a package um, in your computer. Means you could have gone to the CRAN site and downloaded the package itself there. Then you can use this package archive file, this zip.tar. This will install something that is available in your computer, but you don't need to do anything. You just let this repository CRAN be there as it is, and you type something called as quant mode. So as soon as you start typing, you will see what is the package available. You just click that name that will exist and just select on, click on install. I have already installed this package, so I will not install it again. Another important thing is the library, the path that you are giving for the installation, you should have complete control over that path. It should not be that you are having a different path which is password protected or something like that, right? So you don't expect that to happen. And another important thing, this you can see this install dependencies. Keep it checked. You don't need to uncheck it, or if it is not checked, then you have to check it out. The reason is that all the packages that are available in R, they are all primarily motivated, or they are all have may have dependencies, dependent packages. For example, quad mode may have another different package that it needs to needs to be installed for it to work smoothly. Yeah. So I hope I'm clear. When you're installing, there is another package that it is better to install. There is another thing called as performance analytics that we will be using. You can see that this is performance. As soon as you start typing performance analytics, you will see the package that is available, which is performance analytics. You install this performance analytics package also in your environment. These are the two primary packages. As we cover more things in our class, I will tell you more packages to install. But for now, these two packages are enough, and hence we can continue with these two packages. My voice is okay, right? Means it's is it still clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's fine, sir.
Sir, voice is audible, but still have one query.
Okay, okay.
Our console, we don't have our studio, so we need to download our studio as well.
Yeah, R Studio is the graphical user interface to use R. You can use very well R, but R I don't prefer to be used for because in programming, R Studio is gives you a lot of leverage, or gives you a lot of ease of use, right? It's a very small package. R Studio, just a small, you can go to Google and type R Studio. And
Yeah, I'm getting the link rstudio.com/product rstudio download.
correct.
This is the
That
right
is,
link?
yeah, that is the right one.
Okay. So we have RStudio desktop free version, open
Yeah, it
source
is open source.
license.
It's open source. You can just download and install it.
Done. I mean, it is downloading because जब तक वो studio नहीं होगा वो clarity नहीं आएगा.
Correct. Studio is something uh, uh, means it is like Unix. The normal R is like a Unix box.
Okay.
We can write our programs very well there or there also, but it's not user friendly, right? I think you will have to give the. I installed my RStudio long back, but I think you will need to give a path to your current R installation. Somewhere it will ask. Maybe it will ask, or it will automatically take something like that. It was there. Anyways, you can try it out. If you need, in case of any problem, you can let me know. Meanwhile, let's continue with today's class.
Sure.
Okay, so this is our R Studio, and you can see as soon as you open, you can click on R script here, and you will get a new console here. For new console for your where you can write your commands for. Right. Let me clear this out. Let's good. Now let's start our programming. After you install the packages, don't forget to call them in your environment. Now, in R, the beauty of R and R Studio is that you don't need to give any environment variables like in Python you do, right? You don't need to give any environment variables or path. You can just give this command library, and you can call the specific package that is installed in your environment, which is called as quant mode. And then what you can do, you can use again all the libraries that you want to use. You will have to call them at the top of your command, right? Now let's get some data for our environment. We will not use we will not try not using any. We can also use any CSV data if you have. But we will use R has a method to connect directly to Yahoo Finance, and we can get the most of the stock prices details through the tickers that are available. So each of the companies are available in the form of some ticker name. For example, Apple has a ticker name of AAPL, kind of. So we can get the values of Apple in our environment. So let's go ahead and use that. So there is a function called as get symbols. In get symbols, we have to use something called as Yahoo, get symbols.yahoo. Now, so you can see that this function is already available with you. So somebody has already coded this Yahoo connector for inside R automatically, right? Now you can see here some parameters we have to give. We have to give the stock name first, which in this case is AAPL. Then what we have to do is we have to give the time frame from when we want to get our data from. So the data that we want to get it from is, let's say we want to get it from 2017 to 1. Let's say 1st of Feb 2017 we want to get this data from. We can also give the 2, but let's not give it. Let's keep it that way. Another function that we have to use is something called as auto.assign. Now, what does this do is that we have to keep it F or we have to keep it false. Let's keep it F. What this function does is basically it allows your data to be in your current environment. Like it is imported to your current environment. It's not auto assign, it is auto assign. ASSIGN. So this is your basically your function. So now let's look at, let's run it and see what happens. Good. So you can see that a variable got created here, which is called as AAPL. Now click on it and you can see what it gives. Now you see the interesting thing. So it has imported the data in your environment currently. So you can see AAPL open prices, AAP, the high. There is something called as high and there is something called as low. So during the day, what was the high price? Means at what point it reached the peak, we call it in financial analysis or technical analysis, and at what point it reached the trough. What was the lowest value in the day? What is the highest value in the day? You have the closing price. This is the one thing that we will be using, or maybe the adjusted price is also sometimes we mostly use in while analyzing returns, right? So having said that, yes, this is like we want to store it, the closing prices in our one of the variables. Now let's see how we can do that. So if you have some programming background, you will know that this is a data frame that got created, APL. APL, I'm not getting into the R programming basics right now, but for your knowledge, whenever you import a data in R, whether from an Excel or a CSV, or maybe from any other source, the initial structure that the data gets imported in R is called as a data frame. You have other variable types also in R, but data frame is something like data can be stored in, the data can be integers, characters, anything. Like you have both integers and characters. Like just think about an Excel. Excel, you have rows and you have columns, right? Just like I so showed you. And the rows and the columns can have both. It can have data in the date format, it can have data in the integer format, and it can have data in the form of your character format, a string format, whatever it is. So those are the primary forms of data that we know of, right? Having said that, right? So it gets stored in the form of rows and columns, something like that. So R also does the same thing. It is like creating a worksheet inside R. APL is a worksheet, like an Excel worksheet in R. You can think of it. Now I want to create another worksheet with a specific column called as the closing prices of Apple. Now what I can simply do is I can just simply call this function, and I can call the specific column name. Right. Now let's run this and see what is the output. So you get APL close. So you see APL adjusted is what we are taking as the closing value. So that there is a reason why we do that. Why we consider there was a specific column also which said what is the closing prices. If you would remember, I could have called the fourth column also as our column where we can calculate the returns from. But I didn't call the fourth column. I called the sixth column in order to calculate the returns. And there is a specific reason for that. We will come to that later. For now, you know that we have something called as the adjusted prices. So I stored the closing prices in one of the variables that we have. Now let us see how we can calculate our returns. So let's say we call our returns as in this variable, and so APL returns. Let's say there is a function called as daily return. We have the daily prices here, right? Let's look at it again. So you see, these are daily prices, every day's prices. Normally, you will have Yahoo Finance will give you daily prices. So you have the daily returns is what you want to calculate for, right? So let's
Pranvesh, sorry to interrupt you.
yeah, sure, sir.
Uh, but it is a small request, can be a little slow, and can you explain step by step so participants can do it parallelly,
Oh, okay, okay.
simultaneously?
Great, great. Let me know once you have
Because your speed is, you are the expert, but we are at learning stage.
okay, okay, got it, sir.
Yeah.
So I will wait for the confirmation from the participants if they have completed one step or not. That is the way we can go ahead.
Participant, I would request you if you would be more interactive and if you can ask continuously, so Pranvesh can understand.
Correct, correct. And as soon as you do one step, please, whatever I will like you to code along with me actually. That will be the ideal way that we prefer. Like, so once I write one sentence, I would prefer that I get some sort of a confirmation from you all that you have done this step in your system.
No, sir, but the moment we gave command library, what
Mhm.
the result we got is error in library. There is no package called quant
Yeah.
mode.
So did you install this? The one thing that I called it install.packages. So here in the tools, first thing that you have to do is install.packages. You have to install the quant mode.
Okay. From the install packages.
And quant you can first package that you should install is quant mode. You will get this option.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, what if we need like monthly prices of the stocks?
yeah, there are, you can get any price, you can get it from the Excel. You can see right now what we are doing is we are taking an example from
Yeah.
one of the sites, like, which is
Sure, sure.
yeah. But if you want data, like, you can get it in the monthly format also, and you can, there is and you have to write the specific commands there. There will not be daily return. We will have a different program there.
नहीं,
But
सर्च पे जाके हो गया है, तुम्हारा भी हो गया, मेरा भी 2 हो गया.
and you want to have monthly data, you can what you can do is basically the best way is you export whatever the best source, the best source of data for that you have, like say money control or
Yeah.
BSc NSC index.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
And then you can, and then there are specific different commands for getting it. It's fun, it's perfect. But for the sake of this class, like,
Thank you, sir.
let's talk about daily returns. Otherwise we won't be able to cover
Sure,
a
sure,
lot
sure, sure.
because it's a vast thing, right?
Yes.
Let
True,
me know
true.
once you install quant mode.
Sir, whether
It is
daily
giving the error.
was or
It
discrete
is giving
data.
me an error.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Loading required package XTS, loading required package Zoo
Okay.
ZW.
So you install all the packages. Something called as, there is another package that whatever you have, it is mentioning. First install XTS.
Okay, XTS.
What are the packages it mentioned for you? I think I already have that all that installed.
May possible. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, that will be better. Share it with all so that everyone can install it.
That's true. That's true. I'll be doing the same because may possible.
I will stop sharing.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Uh,
Is it the wrong one? I mean, may possible.
it's not a CRAN package. Dr. Avijit sir is saying HTTPS CRAN. It's just I will show you the CRAN library just in a second.
Can
Can you share the link for the same so that we can have the right version? Because otherwise, all the 3 days will be challenge for us.
Mhm.
I'll be stop
I'll
sharing.
just-
If possible, please share the link in the chat box so the other participants can also download the same.
Actually, we don't need to go to the CRAN site actually. We just have to be in the RStudio itself. Directly we can install it here from tools. So you were sharing, everyone can follow the same steps that she was having. Let's go, somebody was sharing her screen, right? I guess. So once we can.
Want me to share again?
Yeah, share again. Everyone should follow the same steps. That is, we don't need to go
Okay.
to any URL to anything, anywhere else. We just need to be in RStudio.
Done. So I am here. I'm sharing
You are
the
here,
screen.
go to tools.
Yes.
Go to tools.
Go to tools. Fine.
Yeah. Let me see what are the zoo is required. Okay. Go to tools,
Done.
install packages. Everyone do the same thing. Otherwise, then later on they will not zoo.
The same
Type
problem will
ZOO.
occur. ZOO.
Yeah, the first one. Install.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now try. Now again go to tools.
Hmm.
Install packages.
Hmm.
Quant mode.
Quant mode. I done it before, but as such.
Now it is coming. Yeah. Install.
See again. It's done. I
It's
hope
done. It's done, right?
it's done. Quant mode successfully unpacked.
Install another package. Tools.
Hmm.
Install packages.
Hmm.
Performance analytics. PER. Performance analytics. Second one. Yeah.
The
The second one. Yeah. Install.
done. Probably.
Done,
Yep.
right? There is saying something. Quad prog is performance analytics. Okay, it downloaded from some other. It goes when you do this, it automatically goes to the different wherever it is available. It will just take it and do it.
And
Now try
this shows the path.
Control L. Type Control L.
Control L.
Control space L.
I have to type control space L.
Both at the same time, right?
Okay, fine. Control space L.
Now it is. Type library. Now you say library.
Library.
No. Again, Control L.
Control space L.
Library. Type library. No, not that you don't have to give so much space actually. Come back.
Space उसने खुद से ले लिया.
Go to library.
Library.
Open bracket.
Quant mode.
Quant mode. You have that option.
It's there now.
Yeah. Just click on the enter. You will have this library imported in your environment, right? Just go to one's tools. I think install packages. Okay, cancel it. That's fine. One thing more you have to do. You can see a plus symbol over there in the left, just below file.
Yep.
Click on that plus sign. R script. Click on R script.
R
script. First one.
R script. R script. Control shift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it is fine. Now here is the.
Now it is the same way the way your screen was there.
Correct. Exactly.
True.
Here generally in the R script we do our programming, because in console you will have to write one line after another, then enter, like same as
right.
Here you can like write a group of commands and execute together.
Fine.
I hope everyone did the same thing. What this is a nice way of doing. Did everyone perform all these steps? Can I get a confirmation? Same message is coming. So can you send show your screen and we can go through your screen also once?
Because this is the easier way to learn to
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing. Praveen sir, Praveen, can you share your screen?
Praveen sir had not messaged anything. Abhijit sir had
Oh,
done.
Reliance stock. Yeah, maybe it is the library is not very updated, sir, but Hemendra sir is saying Reliance stock is not available. Yeah, maybe that some stocks are not available in this way, but we are trying to use whatever is available right now with us currently. We can see the data, the type of data that we need. We can, yes, we can definitely do some further research on that. But I don't think that we can go into that direction right now. But for Avijit sir, can you share your screen, sir?
Abhijit sir, are you there? Uh, Not audible, sir. We can continue further with the hope. Acha. Okay, he is doing class in mobile, sir. So probably that would be difficult
Oh,
for
okay,
him to
okay.
share.
Avijit sir, I can ping you sometime separately, and we can have a uh, we can see like what is the error that you have. We don't need to go to any URL, and we just need ours to be. I think you don't have to go in your environment. That is what I am thinking. Because otherwise we have to write some installer packages and all that in, in only R. I'm using laptop class. Laptop. Oh, okay.
So I have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, what's the difference between there was one command where we said assign is equal to F, and then there's another command where we have used comma and stick.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we are coming to that. Let me go to that. Let me share my. Acha, Dr. Abhijit sir is sharing. After that, we can come to your queries. Yeah. Sir, can you click on tools, sir? There is an option called as tools at the top of your menu. Yeah. Install packages. Quant mode. Before that, we need to install XTS and Zoo, I think. XTS, Zoo. Yeah. XTS. XTS. XT. T for tiger. Yeah. That is library, sir. Just click on that XTS, that drop down that we have got it before. There is a drop down there. Install, yeah, yeah, install. Sir.
Sir, excuse me, sir. This is Abhijit Kara.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, can you can you share all the names of packages like XTS, Zoo, and Quant Mode, etc.?
Yeah, only there are two packages, sir. It automatically gives XTS and Zoo, ZOO. That these are the only two packages that Quant mode has a dependency on. ZOO.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Yeah, install. Yeah, it's done, sir. Now Quant mode, sir. MOD. Yeah, just come. Yeah, it's done. You can install one more package, which is performance analytics. It's done, I think. Good. So we can just open one, that left plus sign is there. We can, below file, yeah, our script. Yeah. Now we can call our libraries here, like the way we did. So shall I continue with my, we can discuss the code that somebody has a problem over there. Our studio. Okay, sure. Yeah. So everyone write their these 4 lines. So what was the question that we had? I'd seen last time. Somebody had a
I asked, what's the difference between this assign is equal to F, then the other code, comma 6. So,
that's so the first line that you can see here, right? This APL get symbols dot Yahoo APL from this is getting all the details that are there for a Apple stock. APL is basically a ticker, is a symbol that is used by APL in our environment stock.
what is stock of Apple? Yeah.
Yeah, auto assign equals to F means that store this data in your current environment.
Okay.
And when I call this comma 6, it is very similar to our Excel function. If you would remember, we write for calling a particular column, I call it using some name, right? Or I will do a colon or something like that. So it is
Okay,
very
it's the
similar.
sixth column. It's the sixth column of the data.
Yeah, it
that
is
we
a
are trying.
6 column, all rows. When if you see before comma, I have kept it empty. That means that's
Yes.
consider every row
Okay.
of the 6th column in my Apple stock price data.
Because there are two different datas it displays when first command is done and when the second is done.
Yes. So you got, it is like creating 2 Excel sheets, right? The first Excel sheet has all the different stock prices, open, high, low, close, everything is there. Uh, um, this is in my first Excel sheet. I have basically 6 columns of data. Now I want to create another Excel sheet with only this 6th column, and that is what I did with APL close.
So is it directly taking from Yahoo from Finance, all the data?
Somebody is speaking, his voice is very feeble.
The data they are directly importing from Yahoo Finance?
Yes, it is directly pulling from Yahoo Finance. This library get symbols is part of the quant mode package. In quant mode package, the Yahoo Finance, the URL for accessing the Yahoo Finance directory is directly there. Okay, so let's continue with our the next class.
So
I hope
we'll be
everyone
going to
has.
continue after performance analysis, right? Because we had done till performance analysis. Try to give this command which you had mentioned, the AAPL less than dash get symbols dot Yahoo bracket AAPL colon from equals to 2017-2-1,
Yeah.
inverted comma close, comma, auto dot assign. What next?
Equals to F. F as in false.
Okay. Bracket close, sorry, वो inverted comma close करके.
There is no colon or anything after bracket close.
Okay.
Thus, the this is clear, right? Means my screen is clear, right? Or I need to
Wait. Actually, I'm working on my screen, so I'm
Oh.
not seeing yours. So, yes, your screen is clear. You have it. It is difficult to remember these commands.
Yeah, initially it will be like once you are used to programming, then perhaps it will become very simpler. Because quant mode is perhaps the most used in financial analytics in R. Yeah, means you will have to know a little bit about R data. So basics of R, something that you need to cover a little bit so that you are aware of how we write a function. So basically it is slightly different that basically this is an assignment operator in R. Less than dash. Basically, if you go to C or C++, this is basically, or even in Python, it is equal to sign is used. Maybe here also we can use it, but this is the most common assignment operator that we use in R.
Hoping for the best.
Yeah. So let's continue. Just a second. Okay. So what I was saying is I was about to go to daily return. Now let us calculate the daily returns of my Apple stock, right? So how we can calculate the daily returns is just we have to call our. It's a very simple APL close that is there, and the type of return I want is I want to use the function called as type equals to log. Type equals to log. Logarithmic returns I want basically. Right? So let's run this.
Sir, sorry.
Yes.
Sir, just I can ask a question. If you convert the returns into logarithm form, if there is a negative return, then it will not
be negative.
something.
I will show you how the returns look like.
Okay, but if it is negative, then logarithm will work.
It's basically means the method of calculating the returns is basically a logarithm. Log basically. Let's run it and see. Means I will show it to you.
Okay.
So once it is there, let me go here. So here you see that it is actually a logarithm. So it's the difference is not the logarithm. We are taking the log of each one of the values and then we are taking the actual return. So basically you have different kinds of returns, right? You have a logarithm, the return can be logarithmic, the return can be, you can have a normal difference between the two dates. That also is one of the returns. And then you have a percentage return. So at different types. So we are not basically log, we cannot do it negatively. But each day we can log how does it help us? So log basically helps us in normalizing our return value. So for example, on a particular day we have a huge return, another day does not have that much of huge return. We don't want to be biased by seeing that much variance in one of the days and not. So people might say that, okay, in one of the days I have got like two times or three times of the value that what it was there in the previous day. But that does not reflect what the portfolio or the stock is behaving over a period of time. It is only for that particular moment of time. Hence, we want to logarithm. What it does is it keeps all in a more suppressed manner. Means like it doesn't give wrong information about a very high return on one day that it will impact our. So when we do a further analysis, when we do, there are various steps in financial analytics, which we add constraints, we set our objectives, then we minimize our overall risk in the portfolio and all of that. So this is one of them in that. Hence, this is so it's about like how we calculate the difference between the two. It's not exactly the log of the difference, right? Hope I'm clear on that part. Now let's what we can do. Well, let's see our chart. Let's see. There is a function called as chart series. What we want to see is we want to see our AAPL. Let's run it. I can run it by selecting the particular command and then pressing on run, right? And I can zoom it out. So you see, you get a technical analysis kind of a graph for your for the closing. Basically, this is the adjusted closing price for your stock for different dates. Here, if you see, it is actually a 6-month period that you're getting. Even though we had daily, but it has actually, the graph has auto synchronized itself to keep it like taking a 6-month period, because we have a long period, right?
So you have passed app from here. So it is plotting for only for closing for all the values. I think it should be app closed, then it should pass closing value.
Yeah, we can do that also. This is for all the values, because I passed here AAPL everything, na? So I can pass this also, right?
In this case, which values it's taken?
It has taken basically the average of everything. If you will see, let's again do that. Let me.
Sorry, the chart series also do you need to install?
Chart series will come mostly with your quant mode package.
But same error in chart series it is showing, could not find function. Yeah.
So I think it is part of T series actually. Install packages T series, TS package. Let me see.
So again, install package T series.
T series and TS. Basically, TS is there. T series is also there. Yeah, T series, this one.
So in my case, it is showing error that Apple close not found. Object Apple close not.
Apple close. This is a variable we created, right? So did you have some spelling? R is case sensitive. So if you have, if the spelling is not the same as what you created here, what you give here, it will give you an error.
Thank you. Daily returns Apple close.
So T series is installed,
then chart series is coming or not?
No, again that error is coming.
Again that error is coming.
Yeah.
Quant, this app itself, it is coming.
Huh?
It is this chart series is the part of this quant mode part, so it should run.
Yeah, that is what I was thinking actually.
Sir, I would like to share the screen again. Can I?
Yeah, just share.
It is running in my.
It's running, na?
Yeah, I am doing for Reliance stock, but it is running. Yeah.
Then why it is not running from his?
He possibly must be doing some error.
Chart, anything is there? No, chart is definitely quant mode package itself.
No, it's in quant mode. It is saying it's quant mode.
Yeah, that is what. So have you given this library, quant mode library, performance analytics, these two commands at the top?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you run it? Means you have to run everything, right?
Okay.
Before going,
Run in
you
the
have to run
sense?
everything. Means select all, after writing all the 4 commands, you just select all this and just run. Then you will see that. I think you didn't do that.
Then only chart series will work.
Actually, I've taken Reliance stock in my example. There's some missing values were there. So
Oh, there are some missing values, right?
yeah.
There is something called as when you write your Apple returns, no, you just write this function. Basically, what you want to do is you want to add or omit. I think we didn't write this for this
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there is no what do you say as missing values in Apple stock. So it is a simple that we did it means, but you can use this na.omit if you want to omit your the null values. I think what is the ticker for the Reliance stock that you used? RSP?
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Ticker which I have taken here is just a minute. Just Reliance.ns.
Reliance.ns. Yeah, everything has a different ticker name.
Yeah.
So can I share the screen again?
Yeah, share.
As such, I'm doing, but still, may possible.
I was just trying to. I will stop sharing.
Yep.
I have to stop sharing. Yeah. Now it's fine. Share your screen. Yeah. What is the error you're getting? I think AAPL, that is fine. You expand it a little bit. Order sign. You have not defined the libraries. Define it at the top actually before you're calling get symbols. See, it is like get symbols is a quant mode class. So you have to define a library quant mode at the top of your before calling any writing any function that is presented.
Control X, control.
Yeah, same as WordPad.
Fine.
Call your performance analytics also. Yeah. Now you run it. First of all, run your tool.
First two?
Run. Yeah. Now you run the third and fourth line. Your APL returns that there is some problem with your function. You haven't given the symbols correctly. Did it? Your third and fourth command got executed, no?
Yep, as such, यहाँ तो कुछ और command error नहीं दिया.
Yeah, because actually your next line is a problem. It is considering it as the same part of fourth line. So you have a comma after Apple returns, right? It should not be a comma.
Apple returns.
It should not be comma. Same. It's left less than bracket.
Less than sign, no? Should less than.
Yeah.
Daily returns. Now should I run this? I mean add.
Yeah. You have to first give a space after writing a 6. Not 6, after the closing bracket of 6.
Sir, there is a mismatch of invited commas actually in the quotation, actually from equal to.
Oh, you have again an Apple close. After that, you have a closing bracket that you cannot give. No?
Apple close. Done.
Bracket is not required, right?
Equal to either Within
comma
quotation.
type is equals to log and bracket close.
Sir, hello, madam.
Hanji.
From equal to after quotation, then
No, I
write.
think now run from line 1 to 5 once more.
Okay.
Let's learn it once.
Type के आगे error है.
You're getting a type log error. Daily return APL close. Your spelling is there. It's correct only.
Close spelling to say.
Type equals to
In the
log.
fourth line, there is a mismatch error in the fourth line.
Fourth line, sir, where? APL.
Yes, APL close from equal to.
The spelling is not there, na? That's not.
And from equals to?
Starting your
Inverted commas.
Correct. Yeah. Now run up to 4
Again, I'll run. Okay, APL का ये 2017 का ब्रैकेट नहीं था मेरा. हाँ, आपका है एक मिनट. Okay, still it is giving the error, sir.
This is the same error I am getting. Dot XTS object apple.
Dot XTS object apple close not found.
Yeah, same error I am getting.
The APL close. Even the same is being getted by the another participant, one of the.
How come?
I don't know. I mean,
Copy the APL close from top and then paste it.
Sir, even I am getting same error.
It must be it is something with the uppercase and lowercase, something like that. Spelling only.
Just check whether Apple Close has been saved or not. Apple Close summary, if you can take view of Apple Close.
Sorry.
There is no Apple Close which is getting created here, right? In the right pane.
So just check after this Apple Close, whether view Apple Close, you just do this.
View Apple close?
Just run fourth line once. Only run fourth.
Only fourth line once? Okay.
Fourth line, there is an error. In case of a gate symbol, S should be capital line. It should be in capital.
S?
S is capital. S is capital.
S is capital. I made it. Anything else? Should I run the fourth line?
Now you run the fourth line.
Fine, I'll do it. Finally, मुझे लगता है हो गया है.
Now it is created. Now it is created.
It's created.
Yeah.
So now I can run the
fifth and the sixth power lines.
All the 5 lines.
Only the fifth and sixth line is fine. You can run all together also. That's not a problem.
Okay, but fifth and sixth. Fine. So the next error is fifth line run ho gayi hai probably, and the next is error in chart series. Could not find function.
Find function chart series.
Chart underscore series.
The hell is that? Run quant mode once.
Quant mode?
Quant mode is already loaded in your ML. Oh, so I'm just saying.
Still want me to run again?
Yeah, I'll run it once because chart series is.
There is a mismatch in capital line. Sorry, capital word. In case of series, it is a capital S.
S.
Let me just check it out.
Sure.
S is capital there, correct? Yeah, difficult to view what is the.
I got it finally.
Good.
So I think you can do first and then you can share your code because it will take a lot of time otherwise.
True. That's true. So what we can do is we can share these codes. We can save these codes, no?
Yeah, you can save it. You can save it as a script or as you can save it as a chart. So anyways, let's continue with the session.
Sure.
Stop sharing so that I can start sharing. Okay. So let's where did my just go okay. So let's now. So let's take the next. So we have all, now we have created something called as one chart series, right? We saw that we have created one chart series. Let's go to some theory and then we can come back to what exactly we mean. So let's talk about some other concepts, some few more concepts about portfolio. So what is basically a portfolio? What do we think about a portfolio is? Mm, a portfolio basically is a combination of different stocks. We don't have one stock in our environment. It's like we are having multiple stocks in our environment, right? So basically, whenever we are trying to create a, a particular our portfolio, we always want to dive. Why do we need to have multiple stocks or multiple different type of securities in our kitty when we are trying to create our investment portfolio, right? When we are trying to create our investment portfolio, we generally have what are the different type of securities that we know of. Like it can be stocks, it can be debentures, right? It can be your mutual funds also in certain ways. Uh, the more the number of different type of securities or different type of investment types that you have in your portfolio, sorry, the more diversified you are, right? What do you mean by being more diversified? And it is one of the most important thing in a portfolio theory. So the theory of expected returns, right? We talked about something called as expected returns. So what do we mean by expected return in a stock? Expected return is nothing but a particular in the market, similar type of stocks will have an expected return or a market return value, right? We know about our CAPM model. People with finance background, we know we have idea about the CAPM model, the capital asset model, which is also the asset planning model, which is also called as the CAPM. So basically, what does it say? It gives you an idea about how much over and above the market rate you can get the return on the type of stocks that you purchase. What does it mean by having more return on the type of stocks that you're getting? Now, let's say there are two types of investments. Investment is driven by risk and return privilege. The more the risk that you want to take, the higher the returns that you expect to get. Now, at the same time, the higher the loss you are supposed to absorb. Means if you are taking a risky decision, that is the connotation of it. There are certain things like you would have studied alpha, beta, SARP ratio and all of that in your finance classes. What all these things basically do? This is basically a risk return paradigm. How do you define what is a riskier? So basically, to calculate the expected return of a security, it's really simple. So one of the things that we did is the log difference that we did. And so for an individual security, it is fine. Now let's see, we have a set of stocks. And we want to know what is the most optimum value that each of the stocks can contain, right? That is the idea of portfolio optimization. Means we are trying to go to a optimum portfolio kind of a scenario.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
All going through some FTP. ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಡ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಆಯ್ತವ ತಿನ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
Any queries? Any queries?
Sir, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No problem. Yeah. So I was saying, so let's go ahead. So we saw that we created stock. Now let's go ahead and create a portfolio. We created one stock portfolio. Now we want to create a multi-stock portfolio. Let's see how we can go ahead and create a multi-stock portfolio. Here we will need 4 more libraries, the kind of analysis that we will do now. So from line 3, you can delete everything that you have here. Let your library quant mode and performance analytics remain in your environment. We will install, I have installed 4 more libraries. I will give you the name of them. They are needed for our further analysis. I will just copy and give it to you. But first, let me invoke them in my environment. Library optim library. What is that? ROI. Then I have something library. I will call ROI.plugin and GLPK. ROI quad programming. I have all these libraries installed, so I will not have to install these, but I am putting it in the chat box, right? So that first of all, everyone install these libraries in your environment. Where I can chat. Start in the chat. In the chat. Okay. I have put it in the chat box. Please enter for. I have to participant.
Yes, sir. Please continue.
You are installing. Please enter at least one participant. It says let me go. Anyways, start installing these packages. DE Optim, ROI, ROI.plugin.glpk, and ROI.plugin.quad programming. We'll come to the use case for these once we have them in our environment.
So there is no package called ROI is telling.
Huh?
ROI.
ROI. Return on ROI.
It is the message is coming that there is no package called ROI.
No package called ROI?
Yeah.
It should not be there. It's there actually. See this?
Yes, sir, it is there. It's there.
Yes, it is there.
So it's ROI basically. And then you have the 2 or 3 plugins that you have installed for ROI. These are basically the portfolio optimization packages. Okay. Now let's create our portfolio, right? So the first thing that I want to do is I want to create the tickers. Now let's create the ticker. C is the way that generally in R we write C open bracket close bracket to call a set of variables, a set of, we can say a set of variables we can call. So basically an array, I want to create an array of my portfolios. Now, what is the array that I want to create? Let's say first thing that I want to create is Facebook. These are the tickers that I will be using. Then I want to use Apple again. Let's use our old, very old Apple. Then let's use Amazon. And let's use Netflix. Netflix, NFL, I think that is the one which is NFL, yeah. Google, let's use Google. Google, yeah, Google. Let's use SQ, and let's use NVIDIA. NVIDIA. Okay. So I created my tickers. Now let's see how we can go ahead and use our tickers to get the values. So let's say initially what I want to do is I want to create something called as portfolio prices. Let me call it portfolio prices. Oh shit. What did I do? Okay, yeah. Everything is fine. Yeah. So I created let's create portfolio prices and update it to null. We will populate null with the values, but for initialize portfolio prices with null. In portfolio prices, I will update the prices for each one of the price, each portfolio. Now let's use a function called as like this for ticker in tickers. What it is doing? It is calling each and every ticker array value one by one. Okay, clear?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So what is portfolio prices will get?
Portfolio prices is a null value, means just a blank value variable we have created. We will store the value of our each and every stock in this in this variable.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So let's see how we can do that. So what I will do is let me say portfolio prices. So I get that portfolio prices option. What I will do here, you see, is a function which I will use called as cbind.
Sir, we need to put this curly bracket.
Yeah, curly bracket.
There and the next line.
You can use the same line also, but you can create a new line also. That's not a problem.
Okay.
There is curly bracket signify something else. Like
generally, function this loop in R is used with curly brackets.
Okay, okay.
Now you see portfolio prices I will use. In portfolio prices, now you see what I will do. I will use get symbols. In get symbols, in fact, I don't want to use get symbols. One is already there. Get symbols dot yahoo. Yeah, that's what I will use. Ticker. Now let's see this. I used the portfolio prices variable that I
Should
created.
it be tickers? S is missing, I think.
S is missing somewhere. Where is S missing?
Tickers, you named it as no?
Ah,
Our object.
I use ticker here. Why?
Okay, it's a inbuilt function maybe.
No. It's not inbuilt function. I defined ticker here somewhere. You see?
8 on line 8, it is tickers, na? So I thought it would be.
In the for loop, it is ticker only.
Correct. Yeah. In the for, what I am doing is I'm calling each ticker inside tickers. So Facebook is my ticker 1. Apple is my ticker 2. Amazon is my ticker 3. Netflix is my ticker 4. Google is my ticker 5. SQ is my ticker 6. And NVIDIA is my ticker 7. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now we will bind all them together. Let's see. So what it will happen is it will get bind when we column bind. C bind is basically column bind. So we will get each of the ticker prices. I want each of the closing prices of each one of these tickers or each one of these stocks as column values. Then only we will be able to create a portfolio, right? That is what we want to do. Oh, shit. From now, let's say from where do we want to keep? Let's see, 2016. We will go. Let's say from 2016 March, 3rd of January. Make sure that this one thing you have to make sure that this particular should be a business day. It cannot be a weekend. It cannot be a holiday. Otherwise, this date will not be available in your ticker data set. Generally, 1st and 2nd Jan 2016, it was they were not working. So generally, when you will take from year beginning, take it to 3 days after. Generally, most of the time, in the first few days of the year are like non-working kind of. So anyways, that you can, once you do start to, actually doing it, then you will perhaps see it. Anyways, so I did periodicity. Let me do it. The periodicity equals to daily, because we are generally taking daily values, right? We have not been taking any other. So auto dot assign equals to F. That is what we did.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me why auto assign is equal to F? What is the purpose of this?
Yeah, auto assign basically what we are saying that bring the data from Yahoo and store it as a local data in my environment for this period. Create a local copy of the data.
Okay, that means if I rerun again, so it will not be on live data. It will be data will be stored in the my system only.
Yes, it is. It will use a local copy of your, unless and until you rerun it.
Yeah.
If you see this data got created here, right?
Yes.
Apple returns. So any line you rerun after that will use the data which is already stored in your environment. Now, if you rerun this command, what will happen? This will get rewritten with as of a particular time that you are running.
Okay.
That is
So
what.
if I open it tomorrow, it will capture the latest data.
If you rerun it again, and if you want, if you keep the session active, and if you exactly, that is what I meant. Got it. Good. Now, what I want to do basically is, let's see what does this do actually. So we're done. I was thinking it will give some error. get symbols. Any other error? Okay, I should have not done that, but anyways, see, the data got created in your environment for portfolio prices. For each, for portfolio price, for Facebook, open, high, low, close, volume adjusted. Then you for same for Amazon, Apple, then you will have Amazon also, and you will have all other Netflix. Then Google, whatever ticker you will give, it will come up if it has data.
Sorry to interrupt. बाकी सब रन हो गया, लास्ट वाला कमांड रन नहीं हुआ फॉर टिकर इन टिकर्स. वो सेम एरर दे रहा है जो इधर दिखा रहा है ना आपका, एरर इन गेट सिंबल्स याहू वाला.
Then some problem in this function only you are giving. S is capital. You have given symbols instead of symbol.
I'll check it once again. इस कैपिटल लिखा है मैंने, सिंबल्स नहीं लिखा है, सिंबल लिखा है. Fine. S.
Symbols should be there.
It should be symbols.
Let me, now I will, in this case, what I will do is, now there is something else I want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to use now the closing price instead of the adjusted price. Let me see how we can do. Comma 4. Now I will rerun this and you see the magic. I rerun it. Okay. Anyways, I think in my portfolio prices, it will automatically come everything. But what has been done is like, I have portfolio prices should be rewritten actually. Ultimately, I have to make it. It is still keeping. That is now it is fine. I made it null and then I have to make it stop. Now you see, closing price of Facebook or Apple, Amazon. I only want the fourth column from each one of my data, right? Everyone is able to run this and get this value.
But can you put in the chat box?
Has everyone been able to run it and get the values? Any confirmation we can get?
Sir, can you put in the chat box?
Got it, huh? This portfolio prices and these two values should be created, tickers and portfolio prices. Basically, everyone should have these portfolio prices with the closing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we ran the command correctly. वो command run तो हो गया ticker and tickers वाला, but that data is not displayed like opening price, close price. That tabular form data is like nowhere displayed.
It's not displaying.
No, but that command came in blue color, so I guess it is.
You run everything. You run once more.
Okay, I'll.
So can you put all the code on the chat box?
Yeah, I was trying to put actually. How to put actually?
Yes, sir. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Got it, no?
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Did everyone get it? Actually, that's okay. If I want to send a broadcast chat, how can I do that?
You see that there is a chat option at the below. At the below of your screen, there is a chat option after participants.
Participant.
There is a chat. Yes.
Yeah.
Just on the left hand side of the share screen, there is a chat option.
Yeah,
when you click on chat, you can use
everyone
it.
in meeting. Yeah, now I think it went.
Got it.
I pasted it in the chat window actually.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Sorry, if you can, is it possible that you can copy all these code in the Word file, Notepad, you can share later on?
Yeah. Later on, I will definitely share it.
Yeah, please.
But it's more of a hands-on session. That's why.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and I think we will not be able to complete the entire thing, but let's start with some of the things. Portfolio returns. The next thing that I want to do is I want to create a variable called as portfolio returns. And I want to store in this, I'll have to use, let's omit any null values that might be there for any of the days, right? There might be null values. I have to use a function called as ROC. And let's call our portfolio prices. So I have my portfolio prices here. ROC portfolio prices. So let's, and then, yeah. So you got your portfolio returns for each one of your, I think you will get. So you get a combination of the portfolio returns for your different groups. Here I want to, before we go, so do up to this stage, I want to cover something more. Let me go to the documentation, grand documentation. Okay. Okay. So whenever you are creating your, I hope everyone will come do this. I will come to that in certain time. Now, whenever you are creating a portfolio, by default, there are set of steps that are used in order to make sure that whatever you are creating has proper risk alleviating parameters. Means then once you created your portfolio object in this, right? We will create the portfolio specification. What do you mean by there is a specific term for that? What do we mean basically by a portfolio specification? So when we created a group of stocks and their individualized returns, we created our portfolio object for the assets selected, right? And the next thing that we have, there are certain steps that we follow in order to optimize our portfolio. The first step is called as setting the constraints, right? The first step is setting the constraints. Remember it's like a step by step. The second step is called as setting the objectives. The second step is setting the objectives. The third step that we have is called as back testing. Right? So we have, after we create our portfolio, we have to create our constraints. Now, constraints can be, what do we mean by constraints? So let me give you an example of what do we mean by constraints, adding constraints to the portfolio object. What do we mean? Suppose like sum of weight constraints, that is the one of the first constraint that we have. What do we mean by that is our weight cannot, sum of our weights of all the individualized portfolio cannot be more than a certain value, and it cannot be less than a certain value. Say weights must sum to 1. That is our one of the constraints that we have to set. What do we mean by setting the weights to 1? Now, if you see here, the portfolio object that we created, what do you think each of the when we are buying, say, Facebook stock or Apple stock or Amazon stock, I want to create a portfolio like this. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stocks I have. I want to have all of them in my portfolio. Now, the main idea of portfolio optimization is what percentage of each one of these individual stocks will go into my kitty. As simple as that, right? I don't want tomorrow that I have in Netflix, I invested more percentage of my money in this, and Amazon, I invested less. But what is being seen over the last period of 3 years is Amazon stock prices have risen much higher than Netflix. I'm just taking an example. I'm not myself sure whether it has happened or not, but just I'm taking an example. Um, uh, it doesn't make sense for me to invest in a particular stock that has given lesser return, means more portfolio of my stock cannot go into Amazon or Netflix, given that we do not have a certain amount of, given the market returns are like that, right? That is called as the sum of the weight constraint. Then there is another constraint that we have is called as the box constraint. So what does box constraint do? Box constraint allows the user to specify the upper and lower bounds on the weights of the assets. Here we add box constraint for the asset weights so that the minimum weight of any asset must be greater than or equal to, say, a given value, which is like 0.05. And say the maximum weight of the particular asset has to be less than or equal to, say, 40%. So I want all my asset values to be in between that 5% to 40%. I don't want anything to be, any of the stocks to be undervalued. That is what box constraint will help me do. So I'm setting constraints. So that is my next objective. So similarly, I can create group constraints. I can group my stocks in certain ways. I can assign constraints on them. And similarly, I can have other different type of constraints that we will cover in, we will start covering. In one of the classes, I will more specify in depth about more constraint. Objective functions I will come once we have created all our constraints, right? What can we, so I will talk about objectives a little bit later. So, but first create 1 or 2 constraints that we have. For that, first thing that we have to do is we have to create our specific portfolio specification. We have created our portfolio returns, then we create our portfolio specification. So what we will portfolio, there is a specific term called for that, which is called as, okay, portfolio.spec. portfolio. Dot spec. Names. Portfolio returns. Now let's run it. Portfolio.spec is something, it's the part of performance analytics. I think it is part of one more thing called as portfolio.spec is part of your performance package. I think there is one more package called as let me see, portfolio.spec. Spec package. There's a package. Portfolio analytics. There's another library which we have to import, and if you do not have imported, which is called as portfolio analytics. You have performance analytics, and then you have something called as portfolio analytics. You have to install this portfolio analytics also in your environment. Install packages, you will see portfolio analytics. You will get portfolio analytics. Install that, and then you run it. So I will run it. And now it will, this command portfolio.specification will run. Yeah. So my portf is created. And we can see that initially what it has done, if you see, it has assigned certain weights to each of my stock. On its own, it has assigned. So initially what it will do, initially what will happen is it will assign most probably the same weight to each of my individual weights. And that is what it has done. So everyone install portfolio analytics and create it. We will continue from the our portfolio optimization, portfolio constraint creation, and portfolio objective creation in the next class.
So you can share these codes with us.
Have a nice day, guys. And we have come to the end of our class almost. I'd like to stop here.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
And it was indeed, initially for us a little tricky session. If I talk about, because we generally don't belong to technical background, but yes, lately we got a heck of it a little bit. So it was new thing which
it's all a step-by-step process. So you need not, once you will have this set of codes, you just need to change it and change the name of the stock prices and use the same code everywhere. So it will become like a library for you. Means you can use it.
Now well.
Yes, definitely we'll try to, use till tomorrow's class, we'll try to get a more hands-on practice and just at least try to write the right codes at least.
Ma'am, Deepthi ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And Pranvesh sir, thank you so much. But one small issue which I thought which could be resolved is initially when you were doing, I thought that was easy and you could have covered as per your plan, and
yes,
maybe we could have gone through the video. We could have gone through the video multiple times and we could have approached you in case of any problem. Now what would happen is, it became a little unplanned kind of a session, sir.
Yeah, I think so. If we...
So that is one thing. And second thing is, whatever you're doing, if you could share it in advance in a Word document for tomorrow's session, maybe we will have those codes with us so that we can just copy and paste in R and continue.
Okay, perfect.
I think that would be better, because I don't think so. We were able to run the course because we are just not able to identify where the error is. So in case we
Initially,
have
see,
the code data, yeah.
you will have to, means like, mostly I thought many the people where the people had the problem was they getting used to the library of library environment, because not very used to using the existing libraries of R, right? Yeah, but once you are pretty used to it, it will be very easy, like, to use all the R libraries. From tomorrow onwards, I think you will find it much simpler, rather, to actually follow the code. And I will also share the codes with you so that you will be you don't have to see which is the upper cap and lower cap.
Exactly. So you just need to tell us, copy paste the code number 12 or 13 or 14. So straight away
For
we
me,
can.
like, copy pasting the code is not means what it does is then you will copy and paste it and then you will forget it. Means you don't
We will keep it for. So I don't know. I'm sorry to intervene multiple times, but I felt, had we just listened to you, watching what you were doing, and did it later, if we performed the R functions later, that would have been much more easier, and the learning would have been complete, sir.
Correct. That is fine. Yeah, we'll try to cover more tomorrow. Like the more steps that we will do, it will be better. And yeah, so if I will share the codes, in that way you can just run it, and later on you can see if you have any problems you can discuss as a separate.
It is a request you, if possible for you, today's code in one Word file and tomorrow's expected codings which you will apply in one another file. If you forward it, we can share with all the participants in advance. You are the expert, but we all are at the initial stage of our learning.
Yeah. Sure.
So that would be better, and it would be beneficial for all the participants.
Correct. Sure.
Right. If possible, if you share with us, so we can share with all the participants. So participants would really would have a better understanding, and they can quickly apply tomorrow.
Sure.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Any other view of participant? Any other thing? हेमेंद्र जी शायद आप कुछ कह रहे थे?
नहीं सर, यही था. I think because we could have covered more what the other participant was saying, that sir would have gone in the same manner, because otherwise it's become difficult to solve in each and every glitches.
Right. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Any other participant wants to ask anything before we? Yes, please.
Yeah. Hello, sir. Sir, actually, I just wanted to know whether if you will be able to provide your email ID or something.
Sure.
In case
I
of
will just write it in the chat box itself.
Sure. Thank you so much. Okay, good. Thank you.
Just messaged him.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so is there any queries left for the day, or we shall wind up then, and we'll meet again at 2:30 tomorrow. And
yeah, ma'am, I have one.
Yes, sir, please do.
Because yeah, during the time of entering by your own, I realized that the few libraries are not available in this. So it may be possible that in the prior version of R, these libraries are not inbuilt.
Yeah, it is. It is possible libraries have a version that is a limitation. You are using very old version of R, is it? Then you can uninstall.
So I have little bit 1 year old version, I think.
No, that will not
Should
be a
I
problem. These libraries.
Uninstall and reinstall the latest version. That would be better.
Yeah, but these libraries
Sir, which version is using?
So
sir, which version are using you?
I am using generally the 3.3. I am using having a old version actually.
Okay.
But I am not seeing.
Yeah, so
this is even old.
I will install the new one.
Library should not have any problem to get installed. Everyone, I think, got the installed actually, right? Which library you had a problem?
Sir, in the first one even. Even I was fishing in quant mode, the performance analytics I was on, and even ROI I was fishing.
ROI is a problem.
Yeah.
Generally, some libraries have dependencies like quant mode had Zoo and XTS as the dependency, but then again, R gives the information. Where is the error actually? What was the error message you were getting?
Yeah, sir. I was getting
Meji, can you share your screen?
Sir, actually, I was doing in the I was doing in the another laptop. Okay. Even if it would be possible in this laptop, then I will try to show you.
Please try.
Yeah. Once you can try at home, it should not be a problem. Generally, actually, what is there is there are 2-3 things. One is a package may have a dependency on another package. That is one of them.
Yes, sir.
Or maybe it is that the path that we are trying to save the package to is not. There is some restriction on that. These are the only 2 reasons which might probably.
Yeah, like sir, are you able to see my screen?
It has started. Yeah. Now I can see. Correct.
Sir, in the library in quant mode, it is error. There is no package called.
Interesting. Tools. Go to install tools. Go to tools.
Install it in this.
No, not here. Don't use it. Don't do that here. Cancel it. Top. Just before top. Left.
Top tabs at top near to help.
Where you have debug, profile, build, session. You have tools there, right? In the top panel.
Here, sir.
Tools.
Where the tools are?
Second last.
Second last.
This one.
So file, edit, code, view, then session, then build.
Yeah.
Tool. Second last.
Second last is tools.
Sir, actually that what particular, yeah. Okay, now.
Yeah. Install package.
Install package.
You have XTS.
Quant mode.
First. XTS.
SPS.
XTS. X for XT.
XPS.
T for tiger.
Okay, XTS. We have.
Yes, install this one.
Yeah, now it is going.
Successfully undone. Another install Zoo ZOO. Same install, same tools.
Tools install.
ZOO.
EOO, sir.
Z for zebra.
ZOO.
Then now go again to tools install. Install package.
Sir, what?
Install package. Yeah, quant mode. Quant mode.
Install R.
Quant mode.
Okay,
Mode.
quant one.
Quant. 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 Quant.
Now
mode.
it is showing, sir.
Yeah. Install. Install it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is now installing.
Right. Yeah, now you will be able to reference it.
Yes, sir, but actually, like in other one, was also so similar is the case with the other one too.
Huh? Case?
Like in this case,
it has installed in your environment, right? I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. Same for ROI and all. You have installed DEOP. ROI, what problem you had?
No, sir. Actually, it is also showing the in DOP team.
Go to same tools install package.
Same tools.
Yeah, same. You install all packages from your same position. Tools. Go to tools.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sir.
Click on it. Install package. Click on tools, install package. Yeah. DOP, you're getting DOP team? ROI?
Yeah, sir. In a similar way, I can also install the ROI.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, I got it. I will do similarly. Yeah, sir. I'll do it. Thank you, sir. So nice of you, sir.
Yep. Chalo, take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And thank you so much, dear all participants. And we will resume this session at 2:30 tomorrow. Sure. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, sir. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir. And participants, tomorrow session of Pradmesh sir is going to happen at 2:30 for session 3. But we do have like morning sessions. So we will resume our this training program at 10 a.m. sharp. And the session is taken by Mr. Hitesh Sethia on derivative data analytics. So at 10 a.m. we are going to have session on derivative data analytics taken by Mr. Hitesh Sethia. And at 2:30, Mr. Chatterjee is going to resume his session on portfolio management using R. Thank you so much. Thank you. See you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you.